Hey everybody, this is EternallyPrussian here for Know Your Allies. Today I am doing Trinity. Trinity is a Warframe that is based around the idea of support and healing. As it says in her description, she's one of the very, very few healing-based Warframes, making her a valuable asset in battle. Though she's undergone a few nerfs here and there, they were somewhat necessary, although we weren't exactly happy about them, given the fact that Link used to make you immortal and Blessing actually made you immortal. And still does, but we'll be getting to that when we get to that. I still find Trinity to be a very viable pick as a Warframe, however we see so few of them these days that it's actually kind of sad. I'm sure in the really high ones, like people who constantly run vaults and stuff, you might see some more Trinities, but I notice for most of the time Trinity is just not a Warframe that's seen, even though she is still very excellent despite, as I said, a few nerfs. So to get onto this excellence, I will show off Trinity's first ability, Well of Life. Well of Life is an ability that increases your opponent's health by many, many times, but it suspends them in the air so they are completely inactive. This means that you and your teammates can easily pile on the damage on this one target and gain about, I think they said it was 60% of your health. 60% of the damage would be converted to health. It's an excellent move that'll have your health back up in almost no time at all. As you saw in the video, I only took a couple shots at him and my health was back up to full. Trinity also has a sort of unique mechanic where you can use pretty much all of her abilities at the same time, and they will all complement each other for the benefit of the team. In this next clip, I'm going to show a sample of Energy Vampire and then Energy Vampire working with Well of Life to give me the energy I need so I can get my life back. Energy Vampire is a highly useful move that also acts as a disable towards one unit. While a unit is under the effect of Energy Vampire, they will constantly seem to have this what looks like a headache, and they will be unable to attack or do anything, meaning that while you stand near it, it will sap your enemy of energy and restore it to all of your team in big pulses. Maximum duration is obviously a good idea on Trinity, but you suffer a little bit when it comes to Link for the cost, but that's about it. Up next is her ability, Link. Even though the clip was a little bit lengthy, what I wanted to show there was that Link was an ability that not only sent some of the damage that your enemies deal to you back to them, it also reduces the damage you take, and as long as the duration of Link is up, even if you move to a new area, Link will instantly seek out the nearest enemy target. In fact, it will seek out all near enemy targets, and all the damage they do to you, you'll receive, I believe it's a 70% damage reduction, and all of their damage will be funneled right back to them. So if you're running through low areas or you're having some trouble in high areas where you have a good amount of healing, you can just spam Link and repeatedly watch your enemies destroy themselves. It used to make you invincible, but I'm actually kind of glad they took that out in a way. It made it challenging to use Trinity, rather than simply sitting there, fucking around on YouTube, reloading, and then realizing, oh wait, everyone's dead. So I think that was one of the much-needed nerfs. The last is her ability, Blessing. Blessing was one of the other abilities that received a big nerf. Originally, Blessing, which its ability is still, will restore all your allies' health at any point on the map and give them invincibility. The lower the health is, the more health it gets back, the longer it lasts, the more effective it is. I'm glad they added that nerf, though I'm not exactly sure of the details of it. I still notice the immortality comes into play. I just know that the immortality will last much longer if your allies have lower health, meaning that rather than just continually spamming Blessing, which was an accepted standard at the time because it had no distance cap, you would simply do that and be able to survive anything that came your way. But ever since they added the limit according to how low the health was. I feel that it added some good balance to Trinity, although we did miss certainly being permanently invincible. The invincibility only lasts for a little while, say only 10 or so seconds, but it's the 10 seconds or so that can really count if your allies are low on health. So, as a Trinity, you have to make sure you watch your allies' health count, and that will ensure that you get the most out of your 100 energy. I would certainly recommend building a maximum duration, though again you will sacrifice some of the range with Link, which isn't too bad, but can be something to be missed if you're not in a tight area or you have to deal with snipers, which isn't that often, but even still, a little bit can count for a lot. Trinity is again an excellent Warframe that I'm sad to see not a lot of people have. The build I have for her right now, before Damage 2.0, was probably one of the most overpowered builds you could have, but with Damage 2.0 I'm going to have to do some reconfiguring, but I'll get that all worked out at some point. So, that is it from Eternally Prussian.